So you don't have time to consume an entire podcast, that's okay. Enjoy the highlights on TRS clips. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon.
What I will tell you now is some nuggets from the 6-year journey. As most of you know, I have dealt with severe addictions in my life, be it alcohol, be it marijuana. And over the course of meditating that much, you notice that your body starts rejecting certain substances. It began with rejecting alcohol. It then started rejecting red meat, then white meat, then rejected marijuana, then it rejected eggs. Rejected, what does that even mean? It means that when you consume those substances, you just feel bloated, you feel a little low, you feel a little lethargic. And you're not able to meditate well on the days that you consume these substances. So your body automatically kind of just realizes, and I think I'm going to stay away from this. That's nugget 1. Nugget 2, you feel a strong sense of connect to some higher power. And the closer you get to that higher power, the easier you feel about yourself, the calmer you feel about yourself, the more you're able to live life with a sense of focus. Number 3, anger leaves you. First, through the habits I spoke about in that first nugget. Second, through the sort of self-mutilation that you're putting your mind through. You feel anger? That's not spiritual. Notice that you're feeling anger, push it down, ensure you don't express anger. First, you learn to not express it, then you learn not to even feel it. Acknowledge it, don't let it sit in your head. Because anger doesn't get you anywhere. Next nugget. You feel a much stronger ability to love, both romantically and with your family. And trust me, no amount of money or fame or power of numbers will give you the same joy that a moment of pure love will give you. Even if you're the one who's giving the love. The next nugget, all of this returns. The goodness you're putting out in the world, the love you're putting out in the world. All of it begins to return to you when your core is that spiritual process. The love returns to you immensely. You work hard, you put out value in the world, that value comes back 10x. You help people, and lots of people come to help you when you need it. You really start noticing the effects of karma over the course of spiritualism in your life, over the course of a spiritual journey in your life. Next nugget. You gain these tools for your career. If you need creativity, your creativity gets enhanced. If you need confidence, your confidence gets enhanced. If you need peace and calm, that gets enhanced. Whatever you need from a soft skills basis, from a soft skills perspective, those things tend to get enhanced. Next nugget. You become extremely tolerant. You're able to take criticism like a non-living being, almost like a robot. You become sort of non-reactive to criticism. You absorb it. You become tolerant towards it. Not just criticism from trolls or haters, but criticism from your peers. Your relationship with criticism and growth changes. Probably because the anger is kind of faded away and you see life extremely functionally. Next nugget. You tend to become extremely zen about moments in your life, be it the pain you're feeling in a situation or the joy you're feeling. You're able to separate themselves from you. You're able to develop a very beautiful relation even with something like death. If there was no sense of spirituality in my life, I would have been destroyed by both my dogs dying within the span of a year. But I was able to handle that much better. That's a whole other podcast where we'll talk about death in detail. Next nugget. Those YSS lessons, I'm not even done with half of them. They've all arrived, but they're so heavy. And you're supposed to retain all of them so much that it's not able to get through them easily. You realize how much knowledge there is to be absorbed, to be learnt about. And that quest for knowledge makes you a more curious person, makes you a more interesting person, helps you have better conversations, which has honestly given rise to the podcast. And the final nugget. this isn't something you should work towards. The only thing you should work towards in your meditation is getting closer to God or the universe. You need to be single-minded about it. But you're gifted immensely when you begin a spiritual process. There's a quote from the autobiography of a yogi that says, "Do not chase money, for money is a toy in the hands of God. Chase God, work towards money, and you'll see that the money will chase you. Work towards it, don't chase it. Money will come to you, fame will come to you, numbers will come to you, power will come to you, positive thought will come to you, more than you can imagine. In fact, there'll be so much of all of this that you'll be tested very often. Money will be coming to you like a tsunami, and then suddenly there'll be a wrong way of making money that'll appear in front of you, that'll manifest itself in front of you. An unethical way of making money. Will you take that up and fail your spiritual test? Or will you say no and chase God once again, even when that crazily sexy form of making money is coming towards you? You start gaining power, and then suddenly a really dark, powerful human being puts their hand out and says, let's join hands and you'll become even more powerful. You'll become 10x more powerful the moment you join hands with me. Will you join hands with that unethical person? Or will you say, no, I'll chase slow growth, I'll do the right thing, and I'll pass my test and I'll go closer to God? That's the final nugget. Spirituality throws tests at you. If you pass those tests, you'll get more gifts. If you fail those tests, you don't just go to a lower level. You might fall back to where you began from. It's like climbing a long, infinite ladder. We are constantly tested. And the higher you get, the more difficult the tests. Every step prepares you for where you're supposed to be in life. And this is why I say that this is a parallel career. It's not like your material career. Your material career depends on your hard work, your strategy, your soft skills, your people skills. All of those can be strengthened through spirituality. That's an insight into my spiritual journey, and at every stage it's helped me level up in terms of my own career.